Folks, for your British top three. Here they are. Now, we just had a very quick chat with Tom Brennan before Dan and Ty joined us, but let's have a big hand for British number 3 in Cardiff Grand Prix wildcard, Tom Brennan. Tom, great to see you back in the Peter Craven Street Course. You spent a lot of time with us here at Bellevue, and you look like a man on a mission today.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely gave it everything, right? I kind of got through those heat races pretty good, and then I think a little bit of lack of experience in that final situation definitely showed. But bigger congratulations to these boys next to me, and they definitely showed me the way around in that last race.
I mean, you say about your experience, but you topped the score charts in the qualifiers to go 13 points. That was the top score on the day. You've got to be proud of that.
Yeah, massively. I mean, if you'd have said for me to be sat here right now before the meeting, I probably would have taken it. So no, for me, I mean, to kind of top score is like a huge thing for myself. But again, would just like to thank everybody, all my family, supporters, and my team worked really good tonight. So thank you.
And the Principality Stadium, I mean, that is going to be quite an event. It always is in Cardiff. You're going to be the number 16. You're going to be lining up against these guys once again in a World Championship setting. Though, I mean, excited, nervous. How you feel about that?
Yeah, amazing. I mean, it's obviously been like a dream come true for me. So no, we'll be taking it with both arms open and try and soak up as much as I can.
Now, I know you've come close before in the British final, but I get the feeling that your time is coming. You're still a very young man. You've got a great career ahead of you. I'm sure we're going to see you as a British champion in the near future, Tom.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, I've managed to get the third and the second now, so hopefully it's time for the win soon.
I'm going to say complete the collection.
Yeah, we have to keep working to do that. So.
And I'm sure you will, folks. Let's hear it for your British number 3, Tom Brennan. That's he is now your new British number 2. He's back in the Premiership with the Sheffield Tigers. He's Ty Woffinden, your triple world champion. Big chat downstairs on the podium. How does it feel to be back in a British final on the second step behind Dan Bewley and with Tom Brennan in for good measure?
Just before I start, is this being live streamed?
No, it's being recorded, but keep the family friendly.
So I got in trouble at the start of the year for foul language. So how does it feel? It feels good to be riding. Back in the British final. It's been 9 years since I won my last one. Since I raced in my last one, in fact. So. And then finishing second to Dan feels shit, obviously, but I managed the tyres really well. I said on TV, the people don't really understand how much the tyre makes a difference. And when you see a rider win a race by a mile and then be last, tonight especially, it's because of that situation. So like my first 3 races, I went on the same edge for my first 3 races, and each race got worse and worse. And that's just how it works. And I put in a fresh edge for when I was against Dan and Rob and smoked them. And then I used that edge again in the next race and really struggled. But then I had a fresh tyre for heat for the semi-final. And then after 2 laps, it got to temperature. Then I started to get traction and made the passes. And then I had a warm, fresh edge for the final. So I managed the tyres really well, really happy about that because it was pretty stressful through the night. What can I say? Happy to be here. On to the next.
And part of the action as well. I mean, every single race you're in has something else. I mean, that semi-final in particular with yourself and Chris Harris. I mean, it's testament to your skills as racers that you can have battles like that. There's got to be a lot of trust in there, but it's absolutely thrilling to watch.
Yeah, it was a good race. Like I said, I had a fresh tyre on. The tyre was cold, so after a few laps, it got to temperature and had so much more traction. So. It was perfect. Kind of like my plan even before I started the meeting was to be in the semi-final to make sure that I had a warm, fresh edge for the final. So it was working out all right until Dan passed me down the home straight. But props to Dan. He was faster in that race for sure, and nice little line. He's done plenty of laps around here, so you're going to expect someone of his caliber to be battling with me, and really enjoyed it. Good to see a massive crowd here tonight, and hope to all see you at Cardiff.
Fantastic. And Ty, fantastic to see you back in British Speedway. It's always a pleasure. Ty Woffinden, everybody. I say it very often. I run out of adjectives to describe this man, but he joins Ty now as a triple British champion. Dan Bewley, everybody. Let's talk the grand final first. I mean, yourself and Ty, out and out racers. both of you absolutely gunning for gold there, and it was an absolutely incredible race to watch. But from your perspective, what was going through your mind? Were you hoping he wasn't too close behind you? Just talk us through the action.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I give it that much thought, to be honest with you. All I know is I didn't make any starts all night, and I thought for the for the final, I thought I could do with making one, I'd make it a bit better. But when I heard right after we picked the gates that gate one hadn't won all night, so I thought, well, it's a good time to turn that around. And yeah, Lemo's always giving me a hard time about starts, so yeah, if you can make a start off the worst gate, I feel like that's pretty good. So made a decent start, but then Ty just got a good run around the first corner, and then I don't know, sometimes you just get in the right place and you get that little bit of drive, and you just I was just able to nip up the inside. But yeah, it wasn't really just happened. But yeah, just once you get in front, it's a bit awkward, especially when you got to catch those roots, because you have that feeling of you just miss it and then he'll just shoot back part by you. So yeah, not the easiest track to lead on like that, but yeah, awesome crowd, and just to get 3 in a row, Ty's done that, and I think a couple of us have too. I'm not sure
It's
too, but
been a while since someone has done it 3 times, and I think Ty was actually the last Great British Racer to do so, and as we heard there, 9 years ago that was now. So I mean, in terms of the qualification, I mean, yourself and Tom went straight through to the grand final. Is there an advantage to that, or is it more advantageous to go through to the semi-final so that you've had those extra laps, do you think?
I don't know. I've been in the semi the last couple times, I think, but yeah, it's just that a little bit easier to go straight to the final, I guess. But at the same time, it's like yeah, at least you know what the track's kind of like. But I don't know. Just a good result in the final. Whatever can happen, and it's all just gloves are off for that one.
Absolutely. Well, it's been brilliant to see all 3 of you up here. We have got one more order of business before I release them, but let's have a massive hand for your British champion, Dan Bewley. Before we all disagree, we have one last order of business, and that is, of course, the Nigel Pearson Award. Now, this award was introduced following the very sad passing of our friend and colleague Nigel, who was, as we all know, very, very passionate about Speedway, the voice of Speedway on our TV screens for many a year. And this award is awarded to a rider who you guys, the supporters, believe has given us the most entertainment in tonight's British final. And it's Mark Lemon, the CEO of Bellevue Speedway, who I'm delighted to request he present the Nigel Pearson Award 2024 to Tom Brennan. One, 2 and 3 for 2024. Dan Bewley, your champion. Tom Brennan, your Cardiff wildcard, and Ty Woffinden, your British number 2. And yes, Mark Lemon, of course, I can't neglect to mention the Speedway of Nations, because guys, I mean, let's be honest, the top 3 Brits here now, you guys are going to be some serious contenders for the GB squad. We've got about, 5 weeks to go, have we now, Mark, before the big one? It's going to be a very exciting time here in Manchester. You guys, all 3 of you, just a quick thought from yourself about the Speedway of Nations and the fond memories we've had of GB's win in 2021.
Well, we all have very, very fond memories of 2021, so it'll be awesome to kind of hopefully get that back. As far as Speedway of Nations is kind of concerned, that's obviously one that every nation wants, right? So no, for me to hopefully be included in the squad and kind of learn from these boys would be amazing, and I hopefully kind of bring it back to England.
Well, you have got a gold medal in your pockets as a result of that 2021 efforts. And Dan, again, yourself part of that trio that stormed to victory at the National Speedway Stadium. Do you think we can do it again? Can we get the gold medal back off Australia, do you reckon? You missed it. You missed that one completely, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, last time round I was in the bar down the road, so
you were, weren't
for
you?
the semi-final, and yeah, sadly seeing Ty have a massive crash, and yeah, I had to get on the water real quick, so we'll be a lot better prepared this time around. But yeah, to get the win here, home stadium, and yeah, for me it's kind of it is a home really, and but yeah, just to win in England, that's just awesome for us. So yeah, nothing to be better than to redo that.
And Ty, just a quick word from yourself. Obviously, you were doing some spectacular aerobatics in the last appearance in Speedway Nations here. Hopefully you won't be doing that again, because we'd like to see you actually able to take part in the grand final. But thoughts on this year's Speedway Nations?
Well, it was the best gold medal I've ever won. I was sat at home eating a Sunday roast, so yeah, that was pretty cool. Obviously, I was in a lot of pain, but look, it's another opportunity to get a gold. See it straight to the final here in Manchester. Steady and the boys have got a tough choice of who's going to start. So Tom was looking real quick tonight, and he's had experience at that level as well. So looking forward to it. Hope to see you all there. And if anyone's going to Cardiff, I'm doing an after party, so come send it with me. Midnight till 3 a.m. in the walkabout. Tickets will be on sale soon.
DJ, aren't you, these days, Ty? So,
yeah, well, it's going to be the closest you can get to a monster party. So, I'll announce something on my social media, and you can all buy your tickets and absolutely send it.
Well, there you have it then, folks. So if you want to send it with Ty Woffinden and Walkabout, get onto his socials. Let's have a big round of applause then for your British 1, 2, and